Alright, let's see here. Here we go. Intent of harassment and embarrassment. Let's see, so Megan, admit that you're a phone sex operator. As past employment, admit that your brother is a sex offender. Admit that your brother had non-consensual intercourse with you as a child. Admit that you have bought gifts for your brother last year. Admit that your brother is still able to be around your sister's children. Admit that you're diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Yep. Admit that the defendant sexually led on Thomas Born, alias Toronto, to receive the most of the games in your Steam library. That's true too. Admit that a dog had oral intercourse with you due to someone asking. Admit that you urinated in the same toilet as your sister at the same time. Admit that you've taken medication that is not prescribed to you. Admit that you took opiates that were not prescribed to you. Admit that you are prescribed medication. Admit that you have driven-ball medication or drugs are in your system. Admit that you have been in multiple traffic collisions. Admit that you have lived with your brother as a sex offender when he was on probation. Admit that you let your brother look at porn even when on probation, stated this in front of witnesses. Admit that you plan to steal breast milk from your sister but were unable to. Admit that you are not a law-abiding citizen. Please list all employers in the last 5 years you had, including the name of businesses, address, positions, years employed. What's funny is I was asked that as well, but they're bitching about it. Who else in your family has been a sex phone operator? Have you ever shown your breast to receive money/items? Admit that you've been in a inpatient facility. Admit you have suicidal thoughts or attempts. Admit that you're in an open relationship. Admit that your father passed away from leukemia. Admit that you have PTSD. Admit that you're bisexual. Admit that you do not have a GED or a high school diploma. Admit that you lie to employers saying you have a GED or a high school diploma. Please list all servers you're in, distinguish Discord, including server ID. Please list all Discord accounts you have, including the account ID. See retaliation. Admit that you conspired with other people or person to get a protection order placed against the plaintiff. Admit that the plaintiff was not allowed to remotely appear for protection order hearings relationship to the defendant between February and March. Admit that the plaintiff was not allowed to remotely appear for the protection order hearings. Yeah, that happened. Request that are bizarre and related to the suit. Admit that you promised the plaintiff a place to stay. The thing is these are showing character of her. Admit that you were intimate with the plaintiff in a hotel in Spokane, Washington. Admit that you watched a movie Tag with the plaintiff a few days before February 16, 2023. Admit that you're intimate with the plaintiff in a hotel in Spokane, Washington. Admit that you played Fortnite with the plaintiff after watching a movie Tag. Admit that you bought the plaintiff 3 shirts from Redbubble for agreed upon the anniversary date. Admit that you bought the plaintiff an NVMe SSD for agreed upon anniversary date, which she did. Admit that you bought gifts by plaintiff for agreed upon anniversary date. 3D bunny, where's your pink mouse, black and red wig. Admit that you bought a Sky figurine for the plaintiff, which she did, and she also gave that out for the settlement offer. Admit that you offered the plaintiff a Nintendo Switch. Please provide all clients that you promised something but did something in exchange for money. Admit that you used to watch murder mystery shows about serial killers often. Admit that I built your computer. Admit that you like quality content. Admit that hentai is art. Admit that Chunmina is my favorite rapper from Japan. Please produce all Steam gifts in Steam, including current ones, name of the game's items, person who gifted it, and the date. Admit that you were on a jury. Admit that when asked you wanted to be on a jury, you raised your hand. Admit that you're wanting to pay to go to trial because you like court. Admit that you were in possession of a Prius. Admit that the Prius is paid by a foreigner mostly. Admit that you have discharged a firearm. Admit that you have had fun enjoying the court process. Admit that both parties together had intercourse in 3 separate hotels. Admit that the plaintiff changed the thermal paste at the defendant's PlayStation 4. Admit that you were bitten by a rabbit, have a scar from it. Admit that you have lied to your family. Admit that you lied to your clients, friends, or partners. Admit that you're an atheist. Admit plaintiff paid for an AC unit twice that was supposed to be for the defendant. Admit that the first payment for an AC unit was instead used to pay for an AC unit for your sister Laura. Admit that your mother used to own a Hummer. What's even more interesting is if I go through here, I go through all the tweets. There's a lot of exhibits. Let me see if I can get the exhibits. Exhibit A is a picture that looks very photoshopped, but it has Philemon, which was on my server, and apparently was a spy for her. So Philemon, if you're watching this, you were in court. Other than that, it's just a bunch of Twitter posts, which they try to paint me in a bad light. We can go through it. It's like Exhibit A through E, I think AD or something. Oh boy. Skipped a little bit, but it's fine. ET, AJ. Oh, it's a little more than what I thought. AK, AY, AZ, BA, BBO, BC, BD, BF, BG, BH, BI, BJ, BK, BL. Oop, skipped a little bit. BS. Yeah, good shit. So, use your public court documents. EV, BW. Yeah, they thought this would work too. And what's even funnier is the $8,310 and the award cost of $7.46. Now, that's a very insignificant but very specific number that I don't know where it came from other than maybe mail costs. I have no fucking clue. But alright.